This video will demonstrate how to change your sprites from the frog, mushroom, and fly that are given to you in code.org. Before you do that, however, please make sure that you have the following code. You should have the code that's shown here in lines 4 through 11. This is also contained on the printout that's available in class. In addition to that, you should also make sure that you have the code that's shown in lines 21 through 24. Again, you can also find that on the printout that's in class as well. To change your sprites, click on the Animation tab. From here, you'll need to scroll down on the left-hand side, and you'll have the plus sign where it will say New Animation. You click on that plus sign. And then from there, you have all sorts of different objects. So right now, I'm just going to demonstrate how we can change some of the sprites. So you can click on a category, or you could also type in a particular category as well. So let's just say, for example, I'm going to change my frog to an orange cat. I can click on the orange cat and then click on done. From there, I would scroll down and I would also change my other sprites as well. So let's just say, for example, that I wanted my cat to collect ice cream. I could type that in, and then I perhaps want my cat to avoid a dog. So again, I can go ahead and type that in as well. So then from here, what I would do is I would click over to the code tab in the top left corner. I would scroll up to the animation code, which here is in lines 7 and 9. And I would simply change the animation. So instead of the frog animation, we would have orange cat for the player. Instead of collecting flies, we would want to collect ice cream cones, so we change it to ice cream cone. Finally, instead of avoiding mushrooms, you would change it to avoid dogs. And then from here, what you would do is run the code to see what it looks like. Now, you'll notice that a lot of the time the sprites are a bit too large. So what you would also need to do is you would need to add a sprite.scale block after the set animation. So I'm going to do that 3 times, once for the cat, once for the ice cream, and once for the dog. And so then from here, what I would do is I would type in the names again: frog for the cat, fly for the ice cream, mushroom for the dog, since that's what we're replacing them with. And then from there, we would simply add in a decimal. And the smaller the decimal, the smaller the creatures are going to be. So if I did 0.3, it means that my creatures would be 3/10 of the original size. So I'm adding 3/10 into those scale blocks. And if I hit reset and run, then I can see what it looks like. So then from there, I could toggle the size or the scale as needed. So for example, if I wanted my cat to be a little larger, I could make the cat 0.5 or 5/10 of the original size. And then from there, you can also change the velocity if you want to change how fast or how slow different objects move. The other thing you may need to do is reposition your character that you're going to control with the arrow keys. For example, this cat is slightly cut off. Remember, you can use your pointer and it'll show the X and Y coordinates immediately under the reset button on the left-hand side. So place your pointer where you want the center of your sprite to be. So for example, right here, it shows an X of 200, a Y of 320. So instead of a Y of 357 for my cat, I can choose a Y position of 320, reset and run my code. And now I can see that my cat isn't cut off. And likewise, if you needed to do that with any of your other sprites, again, your second number here gives you the Y position. The last thing that you might choose to do, if you want to change all the names so that it's less confusing, you can click on Show Text. And then from here, you can click on Control F on your keyboard and then search for the word frog. And then from here, it'll highlight all uses of the word frog. And then you could change all of your instances of frog to cat. Again, find frog again, change it to cat, and repeat that with any other characters. But that's totally optional. You don't have to do that, but it might actually relieve, kind of some anxiety as far as making sure that you have your names all correct. But again, totally optional. You can use the find feature. But that being said, click on show blocks. Be careful when you're using text. You only want to change the names. You don't want to change anything else. But here now you can see that you have a game where you have all of your characters changed, but your code still works the same.